Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants, good morning. It is with great pleasure and a sense of purpose that I stand here to welcome you.
We are in this kind of platform that is speaking about daring to share, a knowledge platform that will enable us to begin to see and hear the different perspectives and derive a different way of thinking, perhaps not a different way as much as a new way.
And we all know, you know this better than anybody else in Ghana, in the area of climate justice, the countries and people that have least contributed to climate change carry the highest burden, and not only the highest burden, but also on the most inflated prices, unfair prices, interest rates, debt levels, which make it very, very hard to combine a green, sustainable future with the sense of security, of poverty alleviation, of employment creation in many African countries, including Ghana.
We have to recognize that whose justice are we talking about? And this was very important for us as we're thinking through the title with my colleagues in Utrecht. We're in this peril of climate change. It's a peril. And we're in this peril as a result of an injustice. So it's the injustice in itself is at the heart of the problem.
A real example of unjust transition is where I'm coming from. I'm coming from South Sudan. Those who know South Sudan will be familiar with the context in terms of the conflict. And one of the things we notice in South Sudan is that even the ability through multilateral systems to access funding, to be able to respond to even the energy needs, because they have many issues. They can't do it because of the system.
The transition can only be successful if it's aligned with the needs of the local governments. And Angela just said that the local governments are the ones that will make this possible, especially in the financing department. But those are too many topics to put into one manifesto. So we have to think about what is the message that we want to tell the world. Maybe we have to choose and make it linear. Start with one topic and then build upon that afterwards.
Well, energy transition to me is, is a Western world language. But when you look at the context of Africa, you will say moving from fossil fuel to renewable source of energy. That means we are moving from something that is affecting the environment, that is causing harm to the environment, to something that is going to make the environment conducive.
So when I think about just transitions, and I really am happy to be part of this meeting, my background being education, I look at this in terms of how do we prepare or how do we include learners or young people in the process of the conversations around transitions.
We have to let the people know why we are transitioning. And we have to know that they need to play a role. Government can't take decision on the people. If the people don't understand, they'll kick against it. They will not know why they have to use it.
Well, the conversation on just transitions has gone global, but I feel that we haven't had sufficient time and opportunity to have our own sort of conversation in Africa to really start unpacking the words just transition, because it's quite loaded. It's also somewhat contested. And the opportunity to come here to Africa, or to really bring conversation to African researchers, African policymakers, and ask what a just transition is, what it should be, what it should look like, how it can attempt to address some of the past wrongs, I think is essential.